This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With me I have the WBA lightweight champion Anthony Crolla. Right, before we start,
What's this?
you hold this.
Oh,
You hold that.
turn it round.
Right there.
Oh, Kugan's getting his money out.
20, 20, 10. This is a bet I lost betting on Arsenal against Man United.
I'll take that, Kug.
I can't believe the money you're on as a world champion. You've just taken that 50 quid off me. But I bet's a bet.
Football, mate. Bet's a bet. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I had to front it a bit because the way we was playing, and we was playing you boys was flying at the time. I was dreading it. But yeah, nice. Best 50 quid I've won in a while, that.
Damn you, Marcus Rashford.
I wonder.
He looks about 14 and he battered Arsenal.
It was probably our best performance that in a while.
But anyway, we've got that out of the way now. But I am a man who does pay bets, so
Yeah.
settled. Loads of people said you were going to swerve this fight. You know they did because they probably tweeted you and said that you were going to swerve this fight. But I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago at Frampton and you said basically what's happened here today, that you had no intention of swerving Barroso.
That was it, KUGAN, I think. Listen, some people, it went for not a chance will you fight him. And now I'm fighting him, he's going to get knocked out. And then, you know what, beat Barroso after beat him. Them same people are going to say, he wasn't that good anyway. He wasn't that good, he was overrated. So some people you're never going to please, but there's no way I was going to swerve mandatory. And listen, Barroso's been swerved before, and he's been avoided. But no, I feel like I said there, when you're champion, you fight the best challengers who you can, and I think Barroso certainly fits that bill. He's a very dangerous fighter.
I mean, subsequently, Barroso's last performance in the ring was against Kevin Mitchell, and Mitchell's retired since then.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this before. Mitchell sort of suggested that you didn't fight him, etc., for his own reasons. But what are you taking from Barroso's win over Mitchell going into your fight on the 7th of May?
Listen, I think there's two ways. As you look at, I fought that night, KUGAN Barroso, he's shown he was more than just a big puncher, which was the reputation. He come over raw, but a big puncher. But he's shown him he had boxing ability as well. And also that night, I think Kev, he's come out since it. That wasn't the best Kevin Mitchell we've seen that night, and I felt at the weigh-in, I thought this is going to be a tough night for Kev. Not looking at Barroso, just looking at Kev. For me, he looked at the weigh-in, he looked a little bit frail, and I know fighters can do at the weigh-in, they struggle with the weight, and in there on the night, I just felt Kevin looked old. And listen, I was rooting for Kevin. I really wanted him to win. All that he's a great lad, but it would have set up a massive domestic showdown for us both. But so there's two ways, and I think on May the 7th, well, I'll find out first hand just how good Barroso is, but I'm confident I'll find a way to win.
Obviously, talking point over the weekend was Flanagan defending his WBO lightweight crown against Derry Matthews.
Yeah.
And you were the topic of subjects during the week.
Mentions,
Quite notably from promoter Frank Warren, who's openly stated that he wanted the winner of that fight to face you. And said that there was a £500,000 offer on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Barroso. It's very difficult for you to sort of think ahead of Barroso, but just talking a little bit about it, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think, listen, obviously, I'm with Eddie and that, but I'm not one of those fighters or one of those boxing fans who'll either just watch a Matchroom show or just watch Frank Warren show. I love the sport, and listen, Frank puts on some great shows, but I think he's got to know if I was to give up my title, I'd get an awful lot of stick. I'd be a bit of a fraud, and that's how I'd feel morally wrong. For the last few years, everything I've been through, to work so hard for Eddie to get me this world title shot, for me to then give it up against the mandatory, my first mandatory challenger, a tough fighter, I'd be a bit of a wrong one, wouldn't I? So, listen, it's all right with a nice offer and that, and I know, so when it comes to it, it's what's in your bank out of the sport, but it just wouldn't be right for me giving up my world title. It's nothing to do with fighting Terry Flanagan or Derry Matthews, whoever it would have been. It's I haven't got a problem in fighting Terry. He's not got a problem in fighting me. Come through Ismael Barroso, which I'm confident I can do, then that's something that we can speak about. Like I say, Eddie would be keen to put it on as well.
Do you believe it's kind of possibly the fact that you're with Matchroom, obviously Terry's with Frank, that could be the ultimate stumbling block of why the fight couldn't happen or wouldn't happen?
It's a hurdle. It's an hurdle, but I don't think that could be, you know, that could stop it. Like Eddie just mentioned, then it's a fight. He's looking out for the best interest of me. It's a fight that he'd be keen to promote. So I mean, that's something that they'd have to sort out within themselves. But like going back to that, like I say, Eddie's done a lot for me, getting me the opportunities. It's something I'm thankful and grateful for. So I wasn't going to give up this title first defence after everything that I've been through. Like I say, it'd be wrong morally and it'd be wrong sort of for the hard work the team around me's done.
What did you make of Flanagan's performance against Matthews?
I thought like they covered it pretty well after it. I know Steve well and his trainer Steve Mailer and Terry. He wasn't happy with himself, and it wasn't his best performance. It was I thought whether he struggled to get going or the styles clashed. I thought, to be honest, it was a very cagey fight early on, and I thought Terry won most rounds. I thought Terry won the 10-8 round, obviously. Maybe shared another, but I thought that Terry won pretty convincing, really. And he's got to remember, he might have felt disappointed, but he's World Cup world champion, unscathed, and Terry was seen as a dangerous challenger, and he dealt with him pretty easy. I thought Derry, listen, in any disrespect, that's why I don't think he'll want to go out like that. That's why I don't believe he'll retire. It wasn't his best night. He struggled to get going, and like you say, I'd be surprised if he retires. But we'll see if he has. He's had a great career, but I don't think he'll want to go out like that.
I asked Joe Gallagher earlier what was hypothetically, should we say, what was the tougher fight out of Flanagan and Barroso, and he said Barroso quite clearly. Is that the way you see it?
You know what? Barroso certainly seems a big puncher. I don't really know. Terry's got great feet, and I think that they're both southpaws, but I think they're both very different southpaws. I think Barroso carries much heavier hands, but he's but then like his skills lie with he's very listen. They're both tough fights. But for dangerous, like it's a tough one to call. Like I say, I think they're both tough fights, but they're both fights that I believe I can win.
Is the ultimate aim for you this year to unify the lightweight division, regardless of who it's against, whether it be Flanagan or Linares or someone?
To try and unify
the division this year.
Therefore, KUGAN, like I say, come through this season, and Ismael Barroso is rated very highly, and I think this will sort of give me a lot of weight into thinking. That my staking my claim of being the number one lightweight in the world, of beating Ismael Barroso. But to win that then, and then you look at the other champions, there's Terra, the situation with Linares and Zlatikin now. That's what's, and also there's a very good fighter in Barthélemy as well. But they're all fights that I would like later in the year.
You've gone through your career in certain fights, being tagged as a bit of an underrated fighter, being tagged as a bit of an underdog, but you're the man with the belt now, and it's kind of coming full circle back round to sort of saying, no, Crolla can beat Barroso,
Yeah.
you know.
I've been the underdog quite often in my career, and it's something that's worked well for me. But it's something that, like you say, I thrive off. And again, now it's not very often you have the world champion being an underdog defending his title. But that's what I am. So I don't think there's loads in it, but they've got me a slight underdog. But it's something with it, like I prove people wrong, and I continue to keep proving people wrong. Since I've won the title, I've improved again. I'm in the gym, and the people around me, they've saw improvement, and that's what I've got to keep on doing. And to be beating the likes of Ismael Barroso and fighting the other world champions.
Okay, I've got to mention your shirt.
Yeah. What's your opinion on it, Cube? Honest opinion.
Do you know Who comes to mind when I see this shirt?
Alfie Moon.
Thank you.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's 'cause you're from
Did you lose a bet?
Do you know what I did? I took a gamble today, KUGAN, and
Do you know what?
the feedback's
Dare
been
to be
fantastic.
different. Dare to be
yeah,
different.
that's it. So I don't know. I'm going to say it's paid off because I've had
Who
fantastic
makes
feedback.
that shirt?
The shirt and the suit. Oops, there we go.
A little plug.
Yeah, there's a little plug. Guys at Claudio Luigi.
Oh, that's what I tell you. Wears that? Fury wears this stuff.
Yeah, Tyson wears it. Good guys. Nav and the gang down there, they're good guys.
Do you think you can get them to hook me up with one?
I'm sure they could. They're from they're not too far from Wembley, so I bet they're pretty near you.
Yeah. Just give them a great plug on this video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not?
So if they see this video, then maybe yeah.
Possibly, I'll point it out to him.
Yeah. You're a brave man, I tell you. You're a brave man to pull that shirt off, but
Listen,
it
certain
kinda
kinds of men
like-
can just pull shirts off with flowers on them. That's what I think I am.
Dare to be different, Mr. Crolla. All right, Anthony. Thank you very much.
Good speaking to you as
I3
always,
TV.
mate, and great to get the money off you.
Will you give me a chance to win it back?
Of course I will.
All right. How about who comes ahead of Arsenal and Man United in the league? You're not that far behind.
No, a bit. Yeah, you got to make me a bit more. Do you know what though? Your boys at the minute. Do you want Wenger in or out?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't.
No, because I've always been Wenger in, but Watford the other day was kind of like. And I interviewed. Do you know what? It's weird because Arsenal
Troy
lost to Watford, and I interviewed Troy Deeney yesterday.
I thought that. I seen it. It was
Absolutely
good.
painful because he was.
Yeah.
He was one of like,
He's your
best
man,
players
innit?
on the pitch.
Of course he was. Yeah, I'm trying to think what can be better.
You're only what? You're 4 points behind us. It's like 9 games to go. You must fancy it a little bit.
Do you know what? There we go.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't shake hands because you've dropped the camera, but right, yeah. There's a chance, so it's like a bit of double or quits.
Double or quit. So,
should I give you this money back?
No. You keep that. You keep that.
Right.
I either get my money back or I've got to give you another 50 quid.
Right, sorted.
Jesus Christ. Do you know what we should do? I'm not joking. Every time I interview you, we should have a bet.
We'll have a bet then.
Every time I interview you,
sound then.
I'm going to swerve your fight myself. I'm going to swerve it. I'll watch it from Sky Sports at home.
Boys lately though.
What's that?
It looked like the title. It was you had a great chance of being home now.
Leicester 11 points clear of Arsenal. It's tragic. It's absolutely tragic. That.
Do you want Leicester to
I'd
win
rather Leicester win it than Tottenham win it. But
It's mad, with Spurs. I didn't know. I knew obviously they'd be this with the rivalry with you boys, but there's a lot of hatred, isn't there, for Spurs around London.
people would rather see Leicester win it by a country mile than seeing Tottenham come anywhere near it. So
we'll see.
We'll have to see. Still 9 games to go.
We'll see, Q.
All right.
Right. We'll
Anthony,
see you
thanks for
soon.
talking to iFL TV again, and we'll catch up with you soon. All right.
Good to see you as always, mate.
You too, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.